He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my late-ish review for Seeking Sister Wife. This is season 2, episode 2. I had the notes. I was just like, I ain't feel like doing it. And I was like, people like the first one, so let me do that next episode. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole J Bird. Do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. And to shop my Teespring merchandise, follow me on Instagram, J_Lees_Corner, and all that good stuff. And let's just go ahead and get started. This should not be a long one. First up, okay, we have the Aldridges. I think I always pronounce their name wrong. This is with Sharice, Vanessa, and Jeff. And they are in Utah. Now, again, I told y'all this is the best picture I can get of all three of them looking at the camera. Sharice does not always look that sad. But I feel like Jeff always looks that smug. Anyway, so they are preparing to go see their potential sister wife. Jennifer? I think her name was Jennifer. I think it's Jennifer. Anyway, yeah, they're taking a trip to see her. She is up in Niagara Falls, and they're traveling to her mainly because her work schedule doesn't give her enough time to, like, be off work to go visit people or whatnot. Because she is a nail tech and a bartender, so she, doesn't really have, like, time like that. So this is the first time that they're taking a trip to see a sister wife. Usually the sister wife comes to see them, and they're having some friends watch the 7 children. Girl, So they pack up the little truck or whatever, and they, go on down to the Niagara of the Falls. And they get 2 hotel rooms. Like, one is, on the same floor, just down the hall from each other. Mainly because it'll be just out how it is with them at home. But they went to the room, and I'm like, it's 2 beds. I'm like, I hope they wasn't cheap and got 1 room. I'm like, I think you need 2. But yeah, they have 2 rooms, and he would just, alternate nights like he would at home. I just, I couldn't get used to sleeping in bed alone if I have a whole husband. Like, I need you to be in my bed nightly, okay? Every night. I can't share a penis. Anyway, they plan to have like a little picnic thing with her, to meet up with her, so that's like easy breezy, not so formal. And so they basically go to the park and they're waiting on her. That was their whole thing, it wasn't anything else, and I'm not gonna drag it on anymore. The girl who is their sister wife, she commented on my last video and just like, she would like to talk to me. I don't know if it was her in real life or if it was a picture of her. I'm not sure. But I told her, when the season is over, I would love to talk to her. I don't want to talk to people, like, during the season because I don't want, like, stuff ruined for me. I'm not a spoiler person. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, she gonna leave them. And I don't want to spoil. I want the season to unfold regularly. I would rather talk to someone after the season is over so that I can get a whole conversation about what happened behind the scenes, but I don't want no spoilers or whatever like that. So that was nice. Next up we have the Winders or the Winders. I think it's the Winders. They still seem very much so weird to me. I don't know if it's because they're younger or what it is about them that I have a weird feeling about. But, like, if they invited me to dinner, I wouldn't go. Not that they would, like, try to sister wife me, but, like, I feel like, they may, like, murder me. It's just, like, I get a weird vibe. Like an unstated, you may never leave us. And I'm like, oh. So, I don't know. Anyway, so it's Colton, Sophie, and Tammy. And Sophie is the second wife. So, Colton and Sophie are going to Tammy's house, and this is Tammy, to visit because it is Sophie's night with Colton. And they're also going to see the daughter. And that's Tammy and Colton's daughter. And they're like hoping that eventually they'll have more children. They're hoping they get a third sister wife, even though Sophie is the newest sister wife. It hasn't been, more than like a year or two since she's been there, and they already want a third. I'm like, well, that's a lot to do. Anyway, they're planning a birthday party for Tammy's daughter, and this will be like the first time that they will be going out as a plural family. In the last episode, Sophie brought up how she did not want to keep being hidden. She wants to be out proud and outright and out loud about we are a plural family. And so their daughter said how she wants to have her birthday like at a park. And so they're going to go together as a family to this park. And I'm like, okay. So Sophie, for the most part, says she's kind of nervous about coming out, basically. And Tammy, wait. I must have wrote their names wrong, because I believe Tammy is, no. Is Tammy the first wife? Sophie is tired of being a secret, Lord Jesus. And Tammy is, a bit like nervous about coming out because she's the first wife. And I'm like, because basically if you in Utah, you can go to prison. Like the first wife won't get any prison time. However, the second wife does, and so can the husband. So I mean, it's a girl, I would not do it. And so Colton feels like they need to come out now because they don't want to be a secret plural family once they find the third sister wife. I'm like, oh, okay. So they go to this popular park in their area, because they're like, this would be the best place for us to go, for it to be people there, and for them to see us. And they get out the car, and they're holding hands, and they're walking up, and no one's there. Like, it's a whole empty park. There's no, and they're like, okay, so no one's here. And then they quickly realize, well, there's no one here but some ducks. Just some ducks. And then they went all through that for nothing. Mainly because we forgot it's Sunday morning, and even though we don't go to the churches here, everyone is at church on Sunday mornings. I'm looking like, did Colton plan this? Because, who doesn't realize the town they live in, everybody at church on Sunday morning? I'm like, I feel like, did someone really realize that and they didn't really want to come out? Not sure. I feel like if you want to come out, go to CVS. Okay, go to the farmer's market. Go somewhere. Go to Walmart. Okay? Go to Walmart, walk hand in hand and kiss. Okay? Everybody will see you at Walmart. Okay? But I'm like, a park on Sunday? Nah. No. Mm-mm. So, again, Colton says that we want to become, out and proud before finding the third wife. And they just was there themselves, enjoyed the birthday of the little girl. And that was really it. That was all that stuff. It wasn't much this season. Like, this season's kind of boring. It really, really was. Next, we have the McGees. Paige McGee, who was the mom, she also commented on my video last week, and she said how they do have 4 children. However, all 4 don't live in the camper. The 2 older children don't live there. Just their 2 younger kids live there. So she was saying how it's not as, it's not cramped because it's not 6 of us, but it's still cramped with it being 4. I said I will make sure to mention that in my next video. So that was nice. Anyway, so we have the McGees, who are still trying to, get another sister wife. Because last time, it was some jealousy issues, so things did not work out. So they also bring up how they were a part of a church in their neighborhood or whatever, and at first the church was fine with them being polygamous. They knew they were polygamous. They had talked about it or whatever, and they were fine with it. And then they said out the blue, the church themselves had a church meeting. Okay, everybody at the church met except the McGees, and the church decided in order for them to come back to the church, they would have to repent their sins or not come back. And so they haven't been back. Mainly because they you knew who we were and accepted us, so why did you change your minds? I don't know either. Anyway, so they're talking to their 2 sons, their 2 younger sons, mainly asking them okay, we're about ready to look for a sister wife. Like, how do y'all feel about that? Like, do you have any concerns or whatever? The youngest son was like, what did he say? He says, if it's what we're called to do, then that's what we have to do. I'm looking like, okay, okay, different. Anyway, the older son was like, it's fine, I guess, or whatever. But, he also feels like the new sister wife would not be like a second mom. He's like, she wouldn't be another mother. You can tell he is wondering what it really means. And like, he okay with it, but he also not okay with it. So the parents, both Paige and Bernie, feels like they don't want the kids suffering for being polygamous, because the kids in some way have to be actively participating in polygamy, meaning they believe in it and they understand it and they're like a part of the family, basically. But they don't want the kids like being shunned from other kids because of it. So the older son says like, well, I've told one friend, and like, even though she doesn't agree with it, like, she doesn't like not talk to me because of it. So I'm like, it may be harder for them later if people, don't agree with it, because it's like, oh, your mom and dad out here, what I'm saying, doing A, B, C, D, F, and G, or whatever. So that may happen later on down the line. Anyway, we do see Bernie goes to talk to the older son and just kind of ask him, like, how do you really feel about it? Because he feels like he's holding back. He said, even though my son is pretty honest, sometimes he will hold back how he really feels to not hurt someone else's feelings. And so, he like, son, I feel like, how do you really feel about it? And he like, I guess it's okay. And he has a great question. He's like, what if one person is not for it, but everyone else is? What happens? Like, there's no point if only one person doesn't agree with it. And he was like, that's a great question, son, and I don't even know how to answer it. And so it was awkward. It was awkward. And I think the issue is he not okay with it. But only because I don't think he understands it. You know what I'm saying? Because he then asked, like, well, because the dad's like, well, if I had we had sister wives, but then how many we want? He like, I think I can handle 3. I think I can, split time up evenly within 3. He said, what do you mean by that or whatever? Bernie then said, like, each wife would get their night, and I would like sleep with each one on different nights. And he was like, sleep with, like, what does that mean? So again, Bernie was like, TMI information. He like, I just meant like, would we all like live in the same house? Like, or would you like have to leave and like live with another family? Again, I think the oldest one, because he's getting older, he probably knew a little bit about it, didn't know much about it, didn't care, but he's getting older. So now he's like, I really want to know what would a sister wife really be like, Dad? What, are you gonna move out? You have another house? Like, what goes on here? Whatever. It was so awkward. It was very, very awkward. And then, Bernie did like, well, I guess I didn't get what you meant. When you said, like, how would I split time? Like, I didn't mean, like, confusion, whatever. That's, like, another conversation. So, that was kind of all it was. He said, never mind that. And it was an awkward conversation. But I can feel he don't get what it is. And they don't know how to explain it to him. Because, like, a sister wife, basically, to my understanding, is different for each person. Like, for him, for them, it'll be another wife for him, and then a friend to Paige, but also a mother figure to the boys. But they don't get it because they haven't lived it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, I believe when you are in the life, there are rules, there are regulations. So they would also have to talk about that. They would have to get a new house because the last house burned down. So it's a lot that will go into it. But I think we'll get to see more in the upcoming episodes. But that was really all it was for the McGees. And last but not least, we have the Snowdens. Now, the Snowdens were very controversial last season. I feel like they'll be very controversial this season. So we have Ashley and Dimitri. And of course, their potential sister wife. What have a picture of her? Vanessa. And that's Vanessa. So Vanessa is there. Okay, so she's there visiting them and everything. And she found them. And this is her second visit there to visit them. And, they're kind of just filling things out. just filling things out. She's there. The little baby like bonds with her, like it's like, oh, nice. So they like had a good little moment or whatever. The younger baby like took to Vanessa, which made Dimitri and Andy feel good because like usually she doesn't like really like people, but she does now. Vanessa, for the most part, says like for her, she's always been very close and had like a lot of girlfriends, like close female friends. But she also would have a boyfriend, and sometimes the boyfriend wouldn't get how close she was to her female friends. She said so for her, she didn't think about polygamy or sister wifing basically could be the solution to how she lives her life, where she wants to have that mate, but also wants to have a great friendship with a woman, not sexual, just a great friendship. The reason I think that's different is because you can have a friend when y'all ain't sharing the same dick. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm looking like what she described is one thing, and sister wifing, which I'm sister wifing, is something different. I feel like when you are sister wife, you're sharing a penis, like you're sharing a man. If you have if you and a good friend both have two separate boyfriends, you know what I'm saying, we can be great friends, but we not sharing the dick. Okay, so I do wonder if this would really work for them. It's it's just kind of different. Anyway, so they're all sitting around chit-chatting or whatever, and Ashley makes it clear. She brings up the clear ground rule. Like, we all must be comfortable. Okay, and we all must agree on things before there's any sexual anything to go on between, Dimitri and Vanessa. Okay, so before any sex goes on, we need to, all be on the same page. Because, Dimitri fucked the last girl, and so we're not going to have it this time, basically. And, okay, no problem. So Dimitri also brings up how, Vanessa's very attractive, even though there's temptation because he's attracted to her. He's like, she is too important to our family to risk me sleeping with her. Because, again, if he sleeps with her, she can't be in the family. And so they want or need her in the family. So, like, she's too important to have me fuck up just for a nut. Okay. And so I'm like, well, okay. So Vanessa also makes it clear that her relationship with Ashley is just as important as her relationship with Dimitri. I feel like things gonna get different when they gotta share that dick. I mean, I have great female friends. However, we don't share the same dick. Okay, I love Karla to death. Okay, we are the bestest of friends. We ain't share no dick. Ain't gonna happen. So I don't care how good of a friendship you have with somebody. Sharing dick, this ain't what I want to do. At all. I'm so thirsty. I don't know why. Anyway, so we do see Vanessa and Ashley then go out to lunch. Just chit-chat and discuss, because Vanessa, like, I just need to know, like, what's expected of me for the most part. And they kind of bring up, she's like, I noticed that you guys live, like, a, plant-based lifestyle. Like, like vegetarian food dishes or whatever. Like, would I be required to eat that same way? Ashley said, well, yeah, like, Dimitri doesn't allow, like, pork and beef, basically meat. Okay, basically meat. She said the closest they are would be considered, I guess, pescatarian, but they don't eat, like, some they don't eat or whatever. And, she's like, well, I eat meat. Like, I like a steak and then, here and there, you know what I'm saying? I like a burger or whatever. So, like, would it be up for discussion? And Ashley was like, you know what I'm saying? We don't cook meat. We don't eat meat. We don't buy meat. You know what I'm saying? Again, Dimitri doesn't allow any of it or whatever. So, would you be able to adjust your eating habits? And I said, I mean, I was offended because I'm a meat eater. I'm a meat and potatoes girl. So, I feel like, at what point do they be like, you can, we can give you this. Like, I mean, y'all, if we can share a dick, I can eat a steak. Okay, if I can share my dick with you and you can share your dick with me, why can't I have a steak? If y'all don't eat it, cook it, whatever, I will always go out and cook. I will I will buy my own silverware. I will have my own mini fridge. somewhere and I'll put my own meat and I'll have my own dishes. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually his wife live in the house. But I feel like that ain't fair. She did say that she can adapt well, or I'm flexible or whatever. Ain't nobody gonna willingly. I'm not giving up meat for dick. Okay, I'm not giving up meat for sharing dick. Okay, it ain't even all her dick. Like it's someone else's dick she's borrowing. Nope. I like how she said that she's flexible, meaning maybe at the house she won't cook or eat it, but when she go out, she gonna have her a steak, okay? A whole steak, a little baked potato, a little broccoli, you know what I'm saying? A little something or whatever. But I was like, girl, the minute she would have told me, we know we don't eat it, don't cook it, don't buy it. With my purse, I have to go. Okay, I can't do this shit. I'm just playing. Anyway, so I'm like, she already told. I mean, y'all sharing a penis, girl. We do see next that Vanessa goes on her solo date with Dimitri. He all dressed up the same way he was all dressed up for the last girl who he had sex with her, whatever. You know, so it's his solo date. And then we do see Vanessa and Athy meet up as Vanessa's getting dressed. And, you know, she's like, I feel awkwardly nervous or whatever because I don't know how you feel. I've never went on a date with someone's husband before. Like, I'm just weirded out about it or whatever. And he was like, I'm good. Like, it's fine. Like, if I wasn't okay with it, you would know. You know what I'm saying? We've already discussed the ground rules. So, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. So, Vanessa, like, okay, now I feel better about it. Now, downstairs. Okay, downstairs. Dimitri comes down. Athy sees him. Oh, you dressed so nice or whatever. And then, you know, when Vanessa comes down, Dimitri says, I saw her and like I got this, you know, this tingling feeling all over because you were horny and all the blood rushed to your penis. Okay, your dick got hard. Anyway, you know, as you're like, oh, you know, go have fun. They're like, what's our curfew? Ha 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 ha. She's like, you know, just be home before midnight. You know what I'm saying? Go to the restaurants and come home. Meaning, don't stop at a hotel and have sex with this one. Okay, don't fuck her. Okay, you fucked the last one. Don't fuck this one. And then they go off on a date. So we will see what happens on their date next week. I mean, the other families are boring. Okay? They weren't this boring last season. Like, it's basically nothing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.
He's like love, 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 and you.